Hello and welcome. Today we shall look at 10 intense thrillers based on a true story. If you are ready, then let's begin. 10. Zodiac 2007. Based on the Zodiac killer, Zodiac is one of David Fincher's best movies, and it may represent the peak of his artistic examination of criminal pathology. He creates a tense atmosphere and a beautifully constructed vision of 1960s and 1970s San Francisco, as a newspaper cartoonist becomes obsessed with the case of the Zodiac killer. Zodiac is unlike most other crime movies, because the focus isn't on the victims, the killer, or even the police really. It shows how mysteries can take hold of the public imagination, and how paranoia and fear are linked to morbid curiosity. 9. Bonnie and Clyde, 1967, based on the Barrow Gang. Bonnie and Clyde represented a big shift in American filmmaking, and it has since been recognized as a catalyst for the new Hollywood era. Audiences weren't accustomed to seeing such graphic depictions of sex and violence at the time. Over 50 years later, the death scene is still a shocking sight. Bonnie and Clyde is also noteworthy for the sympathetic and nuanced way that it presents its criminal characters. 8. Captain Phillips, 2013. Based on the 2009 Maersk, Alabama hijacking. Tom Hanks is on top form in Captain Phillips, a nautical thriller based on a hostage situation which took place off the coast of Somalia in 2009. The other standout actor is Barhad Abdi, who earned a string of award nominations for his film debut as the leader of the Somali pirates. Paul Greengrass' shaky handheld camera movements and close-ups create an almost oppressively intense atmosphere, as the cargo ship acts like a pressure cooker. 7. All the President's Men, 1976, based on the Watergate scandal. There are plenty of fascinating stories that could be told about the Watergate scandal, and All the President's Men focuses on the two Washington Post reporters who broke the news. Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman make a compelling duo as Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein, following the money all the way to the White House. All the President's Men is a classic political thriller, and worthy of its subject. 6. Zero Dark 30, 2012, based on the hunt for Osama bin Laden. Zero Dark 30 mixes political drama with hair-raising action, as it tracks the international manhunt of Osama bin Laden over the years. Jessica Chastain stars as a CIA analyst who heads the manhunt, placing herself in danger as she gets closer and closer to uncovering the truth. It's a riveting thriller, and a superb display of Catherine Bigelow's mastery of show-stopping action. Zero Dark 30 was popular with both critics and audiences. 5. Memories of Murder, 2003, based on the Wei Song's serial murders. Movies about serial killers often take some inspiration from real-life murderers, like in Psycho and The Silence of the Lambs. However, they take on a different complexion when they directly tell the story of notorious serial killers. Bong Joon-ho's Memories of Murder details the investigation into South Korea's first confirmed serial killer. The phenomenon of serial killing is much less common in South Korea than it is in America, so the case was especially impactful. 4. The Untouchables, 1987, based on Eliot Ness' efforts to enforce prohibition in Chicago. Brian De Palma's mastery of the crime genre shines through once again in The Untouchables, a riveting drama about Eliot Ness' efforts to enforce prohibition laws and take down Al Capone. Kevin Costner stars as the conflicted Ness, and he is supported by a great cast that includes Robert De Niro chewing the scenery as Capone and Sean Connery in an Oscar-winning performance as a humble beat cop who acts as a guardian angel. 3. The Fugitive, 1993, based on Sam Shepard's murder trial in the 1950s. The Fugitive is one of Harrison Ford's best movies, as he stars in a cross-country game of cat and mouse with Tommy Lee Jones. Ford plays a heart surgeon falsely convicted of his wife's murder, while Jones is the no-nonsense U.S. Marshal hunting him down after he escapes from custody. It's a non-stop thrill ride with shades of Alfred Hitchcock and an element of mystery that gives the action another dimension. 2. Argo, 2012, based on the Canadian caper. The term, caper, is often used to describe some light-hearted scheme on screen, but Argo's depiction of the Canadian caper trades a nerve-shredding tension instead. Ben Affleck delivers his finest directorial effort yet, and he also stars as the CIA officer who puts his life on the line to rescue 6 American fugitives from Iran after the embassy was raided. The airport sequence is excruciatingly nervy, and it delivers on the anxiety that builds throughout Argo. 1. Dog Day Afternoon, 1975, based on John Wadowitz and Salvatore Natural's 1972 bank robbery. Al Pacino was initially reluctant to star in Dog Day Afternoon after filming The Godfather Part 2. Rather than dropping out, he channeled his exhaustion into one of his greatest performances. He plays Sonny, a man who plans a simple in-and-out robbery of a New York City bank. Before too long, the heist attracts hundreds of police officers and a media circus. There aren't many heist movies based on real life, but Dog Day Afternoon is an exception to that rule.